Hey, can I let you in on a little secret? The most powerful women I know, the ones building empires, making big moves, enjoying the process, they're all in one place. And you should be too. It's called Insider. We're talking exclusive content from 7 to 8 figure female founders and entrepreneurs, virtual and IRL events, masterclasses, premium video, and my personal favorite, the Pick My Brain series. So are you ready for more conversations just like this one? Join for as little as $6.99 a month at theknowinsider.com.
Welcome to the High Achieving Female Podcast, powered by Know, where we believe high achieving female leaders deserve to be known. Here, you're going to get the tips, tools, and inspiration you need to network, grow, scale, and balance your business, career, and life. I'm here with one of the most incredible female founders, Jessica, BuDhaGirl founder. Show my little bracelets. Yes. Thank you so much for being here.
Oh, thank you for asking me. And it's great to be here. Your energy's amazing.
Same.
Love it. Thank you.
You are such an incredible female founder. I cannot wait to get into everything. BuDhaGirl, how it started, what it is, where the concept came about. But before we do, I have to say, we met at a dinner that I hosted in Dallas, and I sat myself beside you. You may not know this, but I sat myself beside you on purpose because I really wanted to meet you. I had been hearing about you from our partners and friends with JP Morgan Chase for over a year. And one of the commercial bankers said, "Do you know BuDhaGirl?" And I said, "No, but the name is familiar." And she said, "Well, you must know her. You have to know her." And so I thought it was so fun that like how the universe eventually delivers.
At the right time,
Always, right?
The universe is there.
And I just remember being so like attracted to your energy and thinking like, I cannot get enough of this woman and I want to know more and more and more. And so here we are.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now I'm going to get to know more. Everyone else is going to get to know more. Let's just start by, who are you? Where do you come from? What's your background? We're going to get into BuDhaGirl soon, but just share a little bit about Jessica.
So, first of all, I'm a little spirit on a journey like all of us are. And then, I've manifested in this physical form, and my background is very varied. I am half Austrian, half Mexican.
Wow.
And it's a real, strange
Beautiful.
mix.
Equals
strange
beauty.
Mix. Yeah, it's strange mix. And I grew up pretty much between those two places and also in California. So, I traveled a lot. My father was in the hotel business. And, we got to see so many different cultures, and we were taught to really respect people for who they are and where they are in their life. So that was, I think, very fundamental eventually to the founding of BuDhaGirl, because
that's what I was going to say.
Yeah, we were taught to be very accepting,
And what is BuDhaGirl? Because BuDhaGirl isn't just a bracelet.
Right.
It's not a bracelet. It's almost like a way of life. It is.
It's a way of being.
Yes.
Yeah, BuDhaGirl is a way of being. It's a active presence for yourself.
Yep.
I mean, people think that BuDhaGirl, we are a luxury brand, but they equate it as, oh, look at me, I'm wearing BuDhaGirl. And that is absolutely not the case. It is really for you. It's for your journey. It is for you to bring into your life daily presence. And, I always tell people, how's it going? How are you? How are you really? Because, we all do so many things. You just had a panel earlier with fabulously successful women, and your day is filled. But so when are you there for yourself? That's the question that we ask. And that's, and if BuDhaGirl asks that question and people can mindfully approach that question, we're doing our job.
I love that. How did you conceptualize all of that
Yeah.
into a bracelet?
It's the universe. Yeah, the famous universe. So it started with a trip to Thailand
Okay.
where, the bracelet is actually a Thai craft. I did not design the bracelet. I did not invent the bracelet.
I love that.
Yeah, it's a Thai
They're
craft.
beautiful
They're
too.
they're all handmade. About 20 artisans touch each bangle.
Wow.
Yeah, it's amazing. And the way I received them was if you went to a monastery and if you watched like White Lotus, that's the monastery in Koh Samui, they would, if you gave them alms or charity, they would give you a bangle. And so I came home with a stack of bangles and people started touching them and they said, well, what is this? We love them. And, they're very fashionable and just a lot of fun to wear. So, my fashion background, people asked, well, why don't you start a company? But that wasn't enough. It wasn't until my son got very ill and he had a psychotic break. So, and Western medicine tries to give you a pill for everything.
Right. Yep.
Yep. The solution, take the pill.
Yep.
And after a while, that was just not going to happen. And, my husband and I said, well, we're going to bring him home. And I was very much into contemplative practice and into the power of you are what you think. So I said, let's see if we can reintegrate the brain from a point of stillness and a point of daily focus, not big steps,
right?
Tiny, tiny steps. And, that was our journey. We started, we also did something very controversial. We blew up his gut biome. And this is many years ago. This is,
before any of this was like coming
was,
to
yeah,
light.
yeah.
Right?
So, we did that with, prebiotics and things like were fermented. And it was very interesting because the gut is our second brain. And, whenever you feel nervous or you feel anxious, that stomach muscle tenses, right?
Right.
So trying to discover new pathways. So, little by little it worked. And then I thought, if I could put together the notion of daily well-being in little tiny acts. Right?
Yep.
And maybe the bangles are the perfect way to do it because as you slip them on in the morning, you check in with yourself, right? A little reminder.
Bangles, kind of, you're moving here. Oh, you see it again.
Well, the brain, it's the neuroplasticity of the brain. The moment you've made that connection in the morning, that subconscious is constantly working, right? So, and we don't even bring that up that much, but from a scientific standpoint, it's proven, right?
I love that.
I mean, and it can be a rock, it can be a bracelet, it can be whatever you want. But the brain goes back to that moment of intention, that brief moment of very personal focus, and it's a really nice place. It's normally a very nice place of calm and of joy.
I love this. And so you've been around 13 years.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously this journey and the desire and collection of the bangles and from your own, personal journeys started well before 13 years.
Yeah.
You have several collections.
Yeah.
Do collections mean anything? Is there a certain collection that means something or is it?
It's really about, because we are a fashion company, right?
That's right.
And we have a tagline that's mindful glamour.
I love this.
Because for many years, people thought if you were mindful, you had to look like some guru. You had to be barefoot. Barefoot, with no makeup, and honestly, especially in a modern day woman,
right?
We've kind of transcended that image, right?
Yes. And we want to be mindful.
Well, and you want to be, you dress and, you show up, you're present, whether you're working or you're a mom, I don't care. The act of presence that you make every day is very important. And so if you add, most women like fashion. I mean, that's not me saying it. It's just a fact. And so if you bring that natural what should I say, part of being a woman
Yeah.
into the mindfulness space. And it's a very luxurious product. It is handmade. All of our packaging is handmade.
Wow.
We've had the same producers since the day we opened.
Wow.
And now we have a village of about 140 families working.
Wow. And you are making significant change in their lives.
Yeah. We didn't know where we were going originally when we started, but after all these years, yeah, we do see the impact. It's amazing.
This is like incredible impact, right? I mean, you're effectively changing generational, like wealth probably for some
Yeah,
of these.
for example, in Thailand where we produce, I mean, the actual craft had disappeared. When I went back to Thailand to find the bangles, they
Yeah.
weren't around.
Oh wow.
And somebody said, well, those were kind of a fad, and the monasteries gave them to you. I said, well, yeah, that's where I got them. And when they said, well, we haven't seen them. So we had to search, you know, who did the craft,
Right.
go to the village,
Yep.
find the artisans.
Yep. Teach
and-
it forward too.
Well,
Probably.
and you know what? It was a dying craft. And
Ah.
now all of a sudden, most of the people that worked on our bangles were farmers, were women who were farmers
Mm.
in the rice fields and herding buffalo. And now, guess what? They get to be at home.
That's it.
They get to take care of their kids, and it's a whole different lifestyle.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah, it's very different.
Where do we find these bangles? I know you have a showroom.
Mhm.
You're headquartered in
Dallas.
In Dallas.
Mhm.
You have a showroom there.
Mhm.
Potentially going into some pop-ups and some other
Yeah,
things.
I mean,
in
we
the
were in
future.
about 300 stores around the United States.
Exactly.
We're at Neiman Marcus. We just are opening Dillard's right now.
Nice.
Yeah, no, Dillard's has been, kind of after us for a minute, and we're very happy to do that. We're exploring pop-ups. I mean, as people understand what we do,
Mhm.
they're more intrigued, right? Because it's
Mhm.
not just a piece of jewelry that you're going to throw in a drawer.
That's exactly what I
It's
was
just
going
not.
to say.
You live it, you
That's
live
right.
it, and you mix it with your other jewelry.
Right.
I always say, just because someone buys BuDhaGirl, that doesn't mean they don't buy other beautiful brands.
Absolutely.
We love it when somebody creates their unique style. Yeah, it's a great thing, and so we love to play in the sandbox with other brands. Yeah,
I love that.
yeah.
How did you become so successful? You're wildly successful. So what I wanted to really touch on was this backstory, because this is so, so, so important. The life of intention, the
Yeah.
need for intention, partnered with this beautiful piece of fashion and glamour. But I mean, you have bootstrapped, so you started with no outside funding.
No.
You had to do the hard work of like finding, I mean, you just shared, right? Finding the families, finding the people, finding the villages.
Yeah, no. Well, like anything, you have to have this drive, right?
Mhm.
That you say, if only I could. And I think when your intention is good,
Right.
right, and you persevere,
Mm.
there's like a secret sauce there, and then the universe conspires to help you along, right?
Yep.
And then you make friends, you've got partnerships that understand the value of what you're doing, right? And the impact, not only as a small company, a middle market company, but really a global impact in terms of changing the way people think about themselves,
Yep.
right? And
Yep.
about feeling self-worth every day, feeling empowerment every day, feeling that what you put in your mind is important. And then if you really believe that, you are of service to others. So
I love this.
Yeah.
And I think probably people buy for two major reasons, right? One, because wow, it's really cute and it's great. And then they find out
Yeah.
the more, right? And then some say, oh, I love this the idea behind it, and it's cute, right? So it's
Yeah.
you're
I mean,
really you're attracting all different types of
it's
buyers and
amazing.
women.
Yeah, we have people. I mean, we were just at the NFL draft. Randy Mahomes, Patrick Mahomes' mother, is a huge Buddha girl,
Oh, I
and
love that.
for all the new mothers for the new draft, we were at the table and she explained what Buddha girl
Oh,
was. Yeah,
wow.
so we have people in sports,
Right.
people athletes, like Simone
Yeah.
Biles and Serena Williams, people, you know, especially when they've have big changes in their lives.
Mm-hmm.
Again, something like COVID, such a disruptor for the
Yeah.
world, but it was a time for people to think, oh my gosh, what if tomorrow,
Right.
you dot, 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 right?
Yeah.
And I think it was a pivotal time for people to say, I'm going to take care of myself.
That. Right.
Because tomorrow, who knows what's
Right.
going to happen.
Or I don't have to do this. Why am I even doing this? This doesn't even matter anymore. So now
What?
I'm
Yeah,
gonna really make a change
exactly.
or whatever. So this business, you've built this business from 0 to about 20 million. This is a $20 million business. Like, this is not a small business. I love that there's so much passion and so much intention behind it.
Yeah.
But I know everybody watching or listening to this, they want to know how.
Right.
How?
Yeah.
How did you do this? How the heck did you do this with no money or no outside funding? How the hell did you do it?
Well, I think
Jessica?
I think that if through your interviews you could put certain repeating themes, right?
Yeah.
Is you stick to it.
Stuck to it.
You stick to, you don't take shortcuts, right? You persevere. You have clarity. You have real clarity, because I think as a founder or as an entrepreneur, sometimes it's kind of lonely, right?
Yeah,
Because you're having
absolutely.
to prove a concept that either nobody has really thought about before.
Yep.
So there's no playbook. It's not like, oh, I can do this, right?
100%.
Yeah. So you have to, have also the kind of self-knowledge, right? That it's going to take what it's going to take, and I am there for it, and I think people see that too. I mean, your colleagues, your partners, they understand that you mean business, right?
Probably some of those initial hires that you made,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
How did those go? I always like to ask people, what's the reality of growing a 0 to $20 million business? Your life at 1 million looked so much different than 20
Completely.
million. And now hopefully you have all of these incredible people under you who are really getting a lot, doing a lot of the things. But in the very beginning, it was probably you. And it was the grit and the hard work and the dedication. But talk about those, go back to those like first few hires.
Yeah.
What were they? Who were they? And how did it really change? Because there was a point where your trajectory shifted and you were like, we're on to something.
Yeah. Well, I think, a couple of things. Any idea that's going to develop into a business has to have a little discipline, right? So I was very fortunate because I had a mentor in my husband who had started a lot of new businesses. And then I hired somebody that was sort of a consultant for us, but we got our ducks in line, right?
Right.
So that when the ideas did come forth, we were able to execute on them, right? There was cash flow. There was a structure in the business that we knew what we were wanting to accomplish, right? So I think having plans that are flexible, but plans that you know where you're going are very important, right?
I'm so glad you said that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, you need to have, and people say, oh, it's a 5-year plan. No. You at least know how in that milestone, and you check with yourself, are you getting where you're supposed to be getting, right? So that was a very crucial hire, and he's still with us today. He's our chief operations officer. Yeah, he's fantastic. And then guess what? Marketing was very important, because how we communicate who we are, and we're not a simple one-liner, right? Look
Right.
how much time we've spent talking about what
Yeah.
BuDhaGirl is, right?
Right. I feel like
So
everything I've created is not a simple one
yeah, it's not a
liner.
simple one-liner. So you need a team
You're
of
so
people.
right.
Yeah, so you need a people. Exactly. No is not a simple
No.
one-liner. It's
But
really
when we talked about it, you understood it. Like you knew
immediately.
it.
Yeah, but uh from a general public,
Outside
right?
looking
Yeah.
in.
Yeah. So you have your marketing team,
Yep.
right?
More than a
And
bracelet.
yeah, more than a bracelet. But also, they're a much younger kind of generation
Mhm.
because they live in that social media world, right?
Mhm.
I mean,
Mhm.
I know a little bit, but I certainly don't know the way they're in real time,
But
dealing with a
your
market, right?
marketing and
Yeah. That's
advertising,
good. Yeah.
oh, it's good.
It's
This is how
good.
you got to 20 million
Yeah, it's
because
good.
every time
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah. It's
I
pretty.
need, I
Yeah.
need. It's
Yeah.
gorgeous.
And we want to
Yes.
pique people's interest, right? I mean,
That's right.
we'd love to bring them into the family, certainly with the bangles, but there's all the content, there's meditations, there's all these things. So we really wanted to bring people into this journey. And if we're the
Mhm.
key that unlocks all these other questions in their lives, it would be great,
Yes.
right?
Yes, planting seeds.
Planting seeds.
I love this so much. What are your hopes? I mean, you probably just shared what your hopes are, but where are you taking this thing?
Okay, if I had a magic wand, you've
Yes,
heard that before,
yes,
right? Yeah, if I
yes.
had a magic wand, we are our aim is to be a global brand,
I love
a,
that.
a real global brand that is where luxury meets mindfulness, right? And
Mm,
it is opening the door for people to understand the importance of self-care, of moments of quiet and stillness in a
mhm.
very busy world. We're living longer. Our brains have to last a little bit longer than other
That's
generations.
right.
And unless we are proactively thinking about how to take care of them, because nobody questions eating well, nobody questions exercising,
Right.
but nobody wants to pay attention to their brain,
That's right.
you know?
That's
And
right.
I think neuroscience now is showing us the impact of technology, of living, in a very fast-paced world. And we have to be able to be smart and understand the dynamics of aging and living longer and living well, having a really great quality of life.
So, what do you say to someone who is go, 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 go with all of that you said? And I completely agree with you. And I look at myself as I say this, I'm looking at myself, looking
Yeah,
at her.
yeah,
Someone who's go, 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 go all the time and doesn't stop. And it's almost like an obsessive of like, I just want to keep going.
yeah.
What do you say to someone on
Yeah.
how they start to slow down? Right. I've started incorporating like little 5, 10, 20, 30 minutes in the morning. I set intentions and the tone and
Yeah.
do my daily devotions. And I feel like since I've done that, life has unlocked and changed for me. I got away from it and back into it. But for someone who's like, you're silly. There's no way. All of this sounds great, but I can't even do this. How do you tell them how do you start?
Yeah.
What do you start?
You don't say very much because I get that on my life all the time. I'm busy, 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 busy.
Yeah.
People are telling me how busy they are, and I don't say much, and I let them kind of hear what they're saying,
And then they realize.
And I'm like, you know what? I have a really full day too.
You do.
I do.
You're
But
running a mega business.
no, I have a really full day too. But it is my choice, right? On how I spend my time, right?
I love
And
that.
it is time is well, the only thing we can control really are our thoughts and our mind, right? The other thing we can choose to control is our time. So how we spend our time and what is it going to be, where is it going to be the most valuable, in the long game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And look, we all have lists of things to do every day,
Right.
normal people things to do. But I always ask people, in the long run, how do you want to be remembered? And, when you're looking back at your life, where are your moments that brought you, real enlightenment,
Yeah.
you know, and that can be enlightenment spiritually,
Yeah.
physically,
Yeah.
emotionally, but you got to check in. And if you don't, and if you're in that hamster wheel of I'm busy, I'm busy, I'm busy, I can't miss a phone call, I can't miss a text, you know, it's going to be, I think, a really tough aging process in the long run, because
Mm,
science is showing us that now.
that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, I agree with you. Couldn't agree with you more. Thank you so much for being here.
Sarah, thank you. Thank you for the
Oh, you have
opportunity.
brought the energy and the zen back into my life, and I'm so
Oh.
thankful for you. I'm so glad that we got to meet, and I intentionally put us beside each other
Terrific. Thank
at
you.
dinner.
Yeah.
And tell everyone how they can find you and find out more about the brand and get some of these gorgeous
Yeah. BuDhaGirl.com.
bangles.
That's super easy. BuDhaGirl.com. And
BuDhaGirl.com.
yeah, that's as easy as that.
And Dillard's coming soon.
Yeah.
And
And
Ian
Neiman's. Yeah.
Neiman's. And thank
Lots
you
of
so
other.
much.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of the High Achieving Female Podcast, powered by No, where we believe it's time for high achieving women like you to be seen, heard, and recognized. Until next time, remember, you deserve to be known.